everyone. Today we're going to show you a few exercises to help stretch and mobilize tight and stiff hips that can help with any hip, low back, or knee pain you may be experiencing.
All right, the first exercise we're going to demonstrate today is the banded hip extension. You do not need a band for these exercises, however, it is very helpful to have one and can sometimes get a little bit more mobility into that hip. So you're going to bring the band up as far as you can up into your hip. Really get it all the way up in there so it's good and secure. You're going to take a step forward with your opposite foot. Big step forward. You want a lot of pull coming from that band back towards the anchor point. And then once we're there, we're going to push that hip forward. We're going to move forward. We're going to hold it there for 5 seconds while squeezing the glute on that side. After the 5 seconds is up, you're going to take the tension back out and go back. And then you're going to do it again. You're going to do 5 of those reps, 5-second hold of squeezing the glute into hip extension.
You'll feel a big stretch in that front of that hip here.
Yep, and you want to kind of keep your chest upright. You don't want to be bending forward. You don't want to be slouched. You want to have a good posture through this so that you get good mobilization through that hip. All right, so 2 sets on each side, and then we're going to flow right into the next one, which is a banded hip abduction or abduction. So Dr. Amanda is simply going to now move her left leg out to the side and open up that hip, still getting the band to pull back behind her and getting a good distraction there. She's going to keep her chest facing forward though. We don't want to rotate even though we're opening that left hip. We want to keep the chest forward. So now she's going to shift into that abduction, so she's lunging towards that left side, and she's going to hold for 5 seconds in that position. And then
for a little bit more of a stretch, as you rock to this side, press this knee back a little bit and you'll get a little bit bigger stretch here as well.
Right. And so again, we're doing 5-second holds, we're doing 5 reps, and we're doing 2 sets of this exercise on each side. Always do each side. All right, another great exercise to mobilize that hip is something called the hip airplane. So we're using the squat rack here, but if you're at home, you can find a countertop. You can find the back of the couch, back of a chair, anything that's just going to give you a little stability. Dr. Amanda is going to work on stretching first the left hip. So with that, she's going to extend her right leg behind her, and then she's going to roll her right hip towards her left hip. Kind of picture you're trying to put your right hip into your left hip pocket. You're going to hold there for 5 seconds. You should feel a stretch on the outside of the glute there. Once 5 seconds has gone by, she's now going to open the hip into the opposite direction and squeeze that left glute to activate the left glute and strengthen that external rotator of the left hip. So 5 seconds in each position, and you're going to do 5 to 10 reps. And guess what? You're going to do 2 sets per leg.
Give these exercises a try at least twice a day to see if you notice any changes in your pain. If your pain is still present or not improving, this is a sign that you might need to actually strengthen your hip flexors.
Just because your hips feel tight doesn't mean they need to be stretched. In many cases, the muscle tension is a sign of weakness. So stay tuned next week as we show you a couple of our favorite exercises to help strengthen your hip flexors. If you have any questions or you're ready to get back to performing at your peak, reach out to us at 785-842-7325.